In the world of professional basketball, where dreams are often measured in inches and seconds, few stories capture the essence of perseverance like that of Juwan Morgan. From his early days in a small Missouri town to the bright lights of the NBA and beyond, Morgan's journey is one of grit, dedication, and an unshakable belief in himself. Born on April 17, 1997, in Waynesville, Missouri, Juwan Morgan grew up in a tight-knit community where sports were a way of life. He was raised in a household that emphasized discipline, education, and hard work, values that would serve him well on his road to becoming a professional athlete. Even as a child, Morgan stood out, not only for his size but for his intelligence, composure, and ability to read the game. Basketball quickly became more than a hobby, it was his calling. During his time at Waynesville High School, Morgan blossomed into one of the state's top high school players. Coaches took note of his natural athleticism, high basketball IQ, and quiet leadership. He was more than just a talented scorer. He rebounded with purpose, defended with intensity, and made plays that helped his team win. His performance earned him multiple offers from top Division I basketball programs, but for Morgan, the choice was clear. He committed to Indiana University, a school with a rich basketball tradition and a passionate fan base. Arriving in Bloomington, Indiana, in 2015, Morgan was determined to make an immediate impact. As a freshman, he played a supporting role, but quickly developed a reputation as a coachable and dependable player. Over 4 years at Indiana, his game matured significantly. He improved his shooting, refined his post moves, and became a stalwart on defense. By his junior and senior seasons, he had emerged as one of the team's most important players, both statistically and emotionally. He averaged double figures in scoring, grabbed key rebounds, and frequently guarded the opposing team's best player. Across 130 games at Indiana, Morgan averaged 11.4 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game. Yet it was his intangibles, his hustle, his willingness to do the dirty work, and his consistency that made him a standout. He earned all Big Ten honors and left Indiana as one of the most respected players in recent memory. But despite his college success, the NBA draft came and went in 2019 without Juwan Morgan's name being called. For many players, going undrafted is a crushing blow. But for Morgan, it was simply another challenge. He signed with the Utah Jazz's G League affiliate, the Salt Lake City Stars, where he continued to grind. There, Morgan put up solid numbers, averaging over 12 points and 6 rebounds per game. More importantly, he showed that he could adapt to the professional pace and physicality. Coaches noticed his defensive ability, high motor, and willingness to play within a system. His hard work paid off. The Jazz signed Morgan to a 2-way contract, and in January 2020, he made his NBA debut. It was a moment years in the making. During the 2019-2020 season, Morgan appeared in 21 games for Utah, showcasing his versatility and defensive presence. While his numbers weren't eye-popping, his impact went beyond the stat sheet. He was the kind of player coaches trusted to do the little things, boxing out, rotating on defense, setting hard screens, and making the right passes. In the 2020 NBA playoffs, Morgan had one of the most significant moments of his career. With injuries and matchups forcing the Jazz to get creative, he found himself starting in Game 1 of the Western Conference first round against the Denver Nuggets. Though he only played limited minutes, his start in a playoff game was a milestone that reflected the trust his coaches had in him. It wasn't about points. It was about energy, hustle, and effort. Morgan delivered. The following season, Morgan continued to contribute for the Jazz in a reserve role, playing in 31 games during the 2020-2021 campaign. He remained a valued depth piece on a team with championship aspirations. However, as the Jazz reshaped their roster, Morgan eventually moved on. In the ever-changing world of professional basketball, adaptability is key, and Morgan embraced the uncertainty with professionalism and focus. After Utah, he spent time with the Toronto Raptors and later the Boston Celtics. While his appearances were limited, he remained in the orbit of NBA teams who recognized the value of his work ethic and character. More than once, he was called up from the G League to contribute when injuries struck or when teams needed a reliable locker room presence. Morgan's professionalism never wavered. Whether he was starting in a playoff game or cheering from the bench, his demeanor remained steady and positive. Eventually, Morgan decided to explore opportunities abroad.